contemplate self-destruction.
Maybe I hear just better for some reason.
Yeah.
Morning. Missed all the excitement you were streaming. Oh, Jesus, I bet.
Yeah, I'm in a group chat with my brother, both my brothers and two of my friends from high school. And it was going crazy last night with them guys. The group chat was blowing up.
So you need the recap. Nothing significant happened last week.
Yay, the goat's working. Meh. Oh.
Morning.
Oh my god.
Morning.
The sound of somebody waking up at 6.
Oh.
I don't think I went to bed till like 1:30.
Oof.
Good morning. It's early as balls for some people. It's 8:30 a.m. It's the 14th of July, and it's time for some D&D. We're in session 99 of Odyssey of the Dragonlords, titled Confusion. Not a lot happened last week, I don't think. Just some fighting and some biting and some men being men. But we'll do a recap, and then we'll figure out what happens next.
Yeah, and I'll touch on all of that. Good morning, everybody. Streaming live to you from gorgeous Vancouver, BC, Canada, where it is 6:31 in the morning for me. We begin the session on our 102nd day together with who knows how many days remaining before the Oath of Peace expires. We're in round 3 of our epic fight with Hexia, the green dragon who stole Arcadia's mother from her when she was almost 4. And who also may have Ileana, depending on what timeline you're in. So it starts off with Corbin drinking a potion of supreme healing, and he drags Hexia down to the ground. And then Hexia breathes her poison breath on Corbin, Arcadia, Nyx, Air Nico, who, by the way, is in an air elemental form, and the earth elemental that Nico conjured. The only person who actually takes damage is Corbin, because Air Nico, the Earth Elemental, and Nyx are all immune to poison damage. And as for Arcadia, we just leveled up the session before, and in the past I had described Nyx as doing swooping exercises with Arcadia, and that she looked really scruffy. Well, after Arcadia leveled up, Nyx matured into an adult golden eagle, Stimfei, and she swoops between Arcadia and the poison breath and takes all of the damage directed towards Arcadia, which is none because she is immune to poison. During this fight, Hexia attacks us through hitting us with her tail, biting, or beating her wings, which knocks people prone, as well as her poison breath. And she looks over at Arcadia and she says, "I knew I smelt. Gravik hits her with a lightning bolt. Vengeance flees to the north. The Earth Elemental looks over at Corbin, who is a giant like the Earth Elemental is, and gives him the big boys unite nod, but misses twice. And poor Air Nico isn't doing much better. The elves, which are on the island with us, fight, but it is pretty futile. Amitrius hits Hexia with 3 level 1 divine smites. She does not look happy with him, and as is bloodied. Aziz hides behind Gaia and is shaking a little bit, and Gaia casts magic missiles. And as I said last time, we have no idea where it learned how to do magic missiles, and it does so without any components. Hexia puts up a wall of thorns between her and Arcadia, and Nyx, Aziz, and Gaia. And then Arcadia moves out from behind the wall, and as a response to Hexia saying something, saying that she thought she smelled something, she yells her battle cry and continues shooting at Hexia, hits her twice, and Hexia lets out a large cry that reverberates throughout the entire forest. Gravik closes his book and pulls out a snakeskin glove, casting Big B's hand, and causes the fist to slam to the top of Hexia's head. And as vengeance flies, God, I can barely pronounce because it's so freaking early. As vengeance flies further north, she sees 3 creatures coming out from out of the cave and yells to the others, letting them know there are 2 in front and 1 behind. And there's a creature that comes out of the cave. It lets out a loud howl, and it looks somewhat like a wolf on 2 legs. And Hexia starts to laugh, and she looks over at Arcadia. She's dripping blood everywhere and says, "You have a choice. Make your choice or they both will die." And the creature is shoving both people forward. Here's a little man for you. Amitrius says, "Well, surely that can't be Ileana. It can't be here." And he says, well, hold on. We can easily see. Does this Ileana have tits or not? For some reason, that was some sort of a difference, and he does say that Amazons can see tits from 200 feet away, but that's neither here nor there. Hexia breathes more poison breath on Corbin, and she takes Amitrius down, and she says, "If I am downed, they both die. Make your choice." And then she bites and claws Corbin, also taking him down, and she beats her wings as he lifts up off the ground. And finally, as she's leaving, with an op attack, the Earth Elemental finally hits her for the first time, and Nico hits her for only his second time, and they both take her down, which causes this wolf creature to let out an extremely loud, long roar as it sees their master fall to the ground. And at this point, the elves suddenly start chanting, meat. Arcadia turns to the unidentified creature, and she starts attacking it. It screams out and it claws at one of the creatures in front of it, which happens to be an old woman, taking her down. Gravik slams Bigby's hands into Hexia's head to double tap her, then casts Dimension Door to teleport himself to the stairs 35 feet away from the creature. Vengeance flies up to the creature and breathes her paralyzing breath on it, but instead affects Ileana. The Earth Elemental is just chilling out because Eric Nico can't speak in his form, so he can't command it. So Nico drops his wild shape, casts Mass Cure Wounds on Demetrius and Corbin, reviving them, and we hear more chants of meat. At this point, one of the elves moves towards Hexia and hits her for the third time in total, perma-killing her. And with that, we feel the earth start to reverberate a little bit, as if the earth itself is pretty angry. And the elves advance on Hexia. Meanwhile, the wolf creature says, "You have killed her. Now you shall pay." It attacks Ileana. It bites her, taking her down. Moves towards Vengeance, looks at her, then looks back at Ileana, then attacks Ileana again, but miraculously misses. Corbin stands up and yells at the elves to come help defeat the remaining foe, and he grabs Hexia and drags her to the north, away from these hungry elves. The earth around Arcadia starts to shake as a 20-foot-high pair of arms pops out of the ground next to her. 3 more pairs appear, and they look like they're made out of stone. They're moving around, and they look semi-hostile. Arcadia continues shooting at the wolf creature. As she's hitting him, he's sitting there cracking his neck. Nyx flies up to the old woman, stabilizing her, but then the wolf creature attacks Ileana, bites her, and instantly perma-kills her. As Gravik moves past a pair of arms, they grab at him and wound him, but then he crouches down in the water, placing his hands on both the women that are down, and he vanishes with both of them. At this point, the wolf lets out a very loud howl. Nico tells the Earth Elemental to move and block the elves from trying to eat Hexia. It just stands in their way. Demetrius casts Land Hands on himself and casts Form of Dread. Nico then casts Firestorm on the wolf creature, who chooses to succeed. But he also casts it on all of the arms, knocking out 3 pairs of them. Aziz, now no longer frightened of Hexia, sees the gold and starts flying towards it. The wolf creature moves 40 feet towards Arcadia, then surprisingly, shockingly, leaps 40 feet again, ending up right next to her. Then Gaia moves towards Arcadia, who warns it not to get too close, and then it shoots a frost beam out of its hand, casting Ray of Frost, another spell we have never taught it. The wolf creature claws Arcadia, but she deflects it with her bracers, but at this point the creature says, "You fight better than your mother did," as it licks its claws of blood. Corbin now picks Hexia up into the air and flies towards the creature. Arcadia spits in its face, then disengages. She hates this, but she knows it's not her strength to stand toe-to-toe. The creature laughs and says, "You're no true Amazon. You are just a pansy." Demetrius engages in the fight with the creature. Nico drops his concentration on the Earth Elemental and targets the unidentified creature with a sunbeam. At this point, the creature leaps 40 feet over and behind Arcadia. It bites her for a huge amount. As it launches down onto her shoulder, it claws her, causing her to lose her concentration, and takes its claws and drips her blood into its mouth. And it says, "Type AB negative, my favorite." And then it bites her, and damn it, I was distracted by some mechanics with my Amazon battle cry, so I didn't think to use my bracers. So Arcadia at this point fails a con save, but her fellow Amazon Patria hits the creature with a javelin. Gaia casts a magic missile, and the creature continues to claw Arcadia, dealing massive damage. Corbin drops Hexia on it, but it takes very little damage. But then Hexia splatters a little bit, which causes renewed calls of meat from the elves. As an elf moves past the earth elemental hits it, and now we realize, because Nico dropped concentration on it, he no longer has control over it, and it is hostile towards us and our companions. Arcadia realizes she can't get away from the creature, so she stands there. She's breathing heavily because she almost lost half of her hit points because it's going to town on her, and she says to it, "If I'm gonna die, let's die together." And she shoots it and spits in its face again. The earth elemental starts taking elves down, and Demetrius looks over and says, "Nico, what the fuck? Get your thing under control." And he moves to the east, and as Arcadia is fighting the creature and dodging and blocking, he waits for his moment to sneak his spear past her face and attack. He hits it twice, taking it down, and as it goes down, it looks at Arcadia and says, "And you still don't get your mom or your girlfriend back." And Demetrius hits it while it's down again, saying, "Shut up." And when it dies, the last pair of arms disappear. And at this point, Arcadia yells out for Gravik, and Nico moves his sunbeam to the earth elemental. Arcadia is yelling for Gravik desperately, but Gravik is nowhere to be found. Corbin flies down and picks up Hexia, flies straight back up in the air in case some of the elves have any idea. And Demetrius and Arcadia notice that it has some damage to it, as it has been dropped 30 feet, and the elves have been trying to eat it. Arcadia dashes to one of the elves, stabilizes it, and as she moves away, the earth elemental slams into her. Vengeance now is flying straight towards the gold. We start attacking the earth elemental, but now we hear a howl as the wolf creature stands up once again, surveys the area, runs towards Arcadia, and takes down two unfortunate elves in its way. Corbin sees that the creature looks pretty fucked up, and he flies over and drops the Hexia's body on it. It actually is not hurt, but we do hear a splat as Hexia's body hits the ground again. Arcadia shoots at it, taking it back down. Demetrius says, "Hold its head, Arcadia, I'll chop it off." She tells Nyx to go out of the cave and look for Gravik. Now, as Arcadia is lifting up the body by its head, and Demetrius is going to charge at it to try to slice off its head, but now that she's so close, she notices that the creature is a female. She yells it out to Demetrius, but neither of them can really think of a good reason to stop, being Hexia was female. They don't know what it means, and so Demetrius hits once, and he starts chopping at its neck, and he says, "Is it important that it's female?" And Arcadia says, "I don't know, that's all I notice." And he lops the head off, and as he does so, the body starts to transform. Demetrius tosses the head away and goes back to the earth elemental. And Gale looks at Corbin and Arcadia sometimes, and she looks and says, or it looks, or they look, and they say kaboom, because they obviously want to cast a fireball, but we dissuade it from doing so, so it either does magic missiles or ray of fog. Corbin grabs his bow, shoots the earth elemental, flies north to see what's going on with Vengeance. Excuse me. Arcadia looks at the body. It is nude and is a female human. She goes over to the head. It's face down. She picks it up. The hair looks intimately familiar to her. She turns it over, and looking back at her is her. So it looks like she killed the alternate Arcadia. And she asks if this Arcadia is bigger. She had tried the alternate Arcadia's clothes on, and they were bigger. And this is where Demetrius asks, what are the boobs like on the nude one? And that's what he'd recognize it by. So Arcadia takes the head, runs back to the body. She knows this isn't going to work, but she tries to put the head back on and calls to Nico, asking him if he can do anything to save her. Demetrius says, "Arcadia, we're still in a battle," but she's totally distracted. She just thinks that maybe that this Arcadia was cursed, and now that she's dead, she's back to her normal self, although Corbin and Demetrius don't know if that's how that works, but she just wants to try to save her. And she sends Nyx to go looking for Gravik outside. And the elves continue their endless battle until the earth elemental finally goes down. Meanwhile, Demetrius looks like a swollen beast, super muscular, Huck style. It's the drugs he took, because he took that potion of frost strength, bringing him to a strength of 23. And I can only wonder if maybe it increased his testosterone, which was the source of all of this boob talking. Arcadia runs past Nico, asking him, Nico, try to save her, and runs as fast as she can, calling for Gravik the entire time. Amitrius waits by the body, and when Arcadia leaves, he tells Nico not to resurrect it, but he can't anyway. Arcadia does not find Gravik within the next 30 seconds, which is why she was panicked, because that ends her hope to save Ileana with Revivify. Meanwhile, again, Amitrius looks at the evil Arcadia's body, then looks at Arcadia's body, and he wonders if they got the inferior version. Corbin checks on Vengeance and Aziz. They are playing in gold. He notices there are other things in the pool: a gold crown, a platinum cup, a comb, some bracelets, cups, rings, and a bunch of gems. Also an orb of star metal. Arcadia makes her way back towards the body, picks it up. Amitrius asks her what she wants to do with it. She's going to try to save her. But he questions her. He thinks what if that Arcadia is evil or special? Do you want a second Arcadia, especially a creature that worked for Hexia? And Arcadia says she thinks she was cursed. If she's evil, she'll kill her when she's evil, that she was cursed into being the monster. But Amitrius questions if she knows her that well, if she's ever met her. Arcadia thinks if she was the leader of the Amazons, she was okay. And Amitrius says, well, when I do something, you tell me it's a bad idea. This time I'm telling you it's a bad idea. And he walks away. Corbin checks inside the cave for Gravik. He's not there. Amitrius and Corbin check out the loot. And while they are distracted, the elves start to try to eat Hexia. We get a few special magic items. Corbin gets a scroll of prismatic spray. Gravik gets fabled battlecaster's armor. Amitrius gets a potion of flying. Arcadia gets brain juice, which is disgusting. And Nico gets a Wakened Dragon's Wrath Force Great Axe. So we end the session on the same day we started, our 102nd day together. We are going to start harvesting the dragon, and that's where we begin today.
Ooh, just enough time to finish breakfast. And according to Dan the Man NL, they say that damn evil Acadia is hotter than our Acadia. Wow. So for your magic items, they are in the party sheet. You can feel free to grab them as you wish, or leave them in there. I don't care.
Amitrius, he will pick up the gold dragon comb, and he will begin brushing his hair with it.
Okay. The gold dragon comb. It's a very fine comb.
Yes. I'm going to leave my scroll in there for somebody to sell or use if they want.
Okay.
He will also take the horn that he bought in that shop.
Yeah.
And that he practiced with the crew with, and he's going to blow it twice to summon the Minotaurs to their location.
Nice.
Okay. Keep in mind that
Horn of the Ultros.
Keep in mind that might take us probably about an hour to get up there. But yeah.
Yeah. You said it would take us 2 hours to get there.
Or 2 hours. Okay.
Yeah. I'm aware of that. It's just that if we had to go down, it would be 2 hours, and then up 2 hours. This would save us 2 hours.
Okay.
And he would ask Nico to join him at the dragon for their old ritual, because I think it's like the third or fourth dragon now. Whenever a dragon dies, Nico and Amitrius begin chopping it up for parts.
Yeah. So we have I actually had a harvesting table or thing. So if you want to appraise it, to like check it over to see what you can get from her, you can do so, and then we can harvest it. So it's up to you if you want to appraise it or just start chopping it up.
Well, no harm in appraising it. What skill checks will we need for this so that we can determine what the best party combination is?
It is, so to appraise it, it is a nature check.
Okay.
Corbin knows nothing of nature.
How much nature do you have, Nico?
0. That's
how much
intelligence.
Do Do you
I
have
have
any
0.
nature, Corbin?
I have 0.
Arcadia?
Well, for the first time, because Arcadia's not shown an interest in dragons, she shows a keen interest in this dragon, and she comes over. And she doesn't look very well. She's kind of you've seen her like take damage. I don't know what the last damage she's taken, but this was like biting and clawing. But she walks over.
And
Let me take a look.
I will attempt to help Arcadia by describing some of the wounds it took from his weapon and the actions that it did.
Corbin's
Hopefully,
distracted by vengeance,
To try and
frantically
give her
scooping
advantage on
gold.
the check.
Okay, so I'm getting advantage on this nature check.
Okay.
Right. Because I'm guessing, Amitrus, you don't have any better nature either? Everybody has 0?
No, not better than you. No.
Okay. I have a +5. Is that better
Oh
than
yeah,
everybody?
yeah. That is exactly.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, here we go. Wish me luck.
All right. So looking over her, you notice that there is two different types of breath pouches. I'm sorry. Yeah, breath pouches. You find some like the spine/dragon horn. You can see some dragon bones, some dragon teeth, and some blood and some flesh. That is what you can appraise.
All right, so I guess the wings are toast.
Yes.
I mean, like these dragons are pretty big, right? So that there would be like, it's like finding a whale. There would be like enough flesh to feed like an entire village. Or am I seeing that right?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of flesh.
Well, let's begin. What do you need me to do? I will begin walking around and like holding up the parts that Arcadia wants out of the way, and like opening its mouth so that she can like pull out teeth or whatever she does.
Okay, that would be a. Let's see here. It is a dexterity ability check using the same. You don't have any proficiency in nature, right? Dan.
I don't have no.
Okay. So yeah, if you're ripping things out, give me a dexterity ability check.
No, I'm not like ripping things out. I'm helping like
He's
Arcadia
helping.
do
He's
her.
gonna give an
So
advantage
okay,
to someone with that.
so she who's ripping things out?
So
I
this is a
assume she's
dex
new with a
check,
knife.
not a. This is a dex check, not a medicine check.
Correct.
All right.
Wait,
well, then it should either
hold
be
on.
Nicodemus or Arcadia.
Yeah. Are both of you proficient in medicine?
No. He said a straight dex check.
Okay.
So we're both equal in our dexterity. Well,
Yeah, damn. I mean,
Arcadia
you're
wants
already
to.
busy with it, right? So.
Yeah, so Arcadia will do it. So do an advantage with just, and this is just a straight ability check, right?
Straight ability check.
Here we go. Wish me luck.
All right, and you are able. Let's see, and you have a plus what in nature? You have +5. Cool. So everything that I just mentioned, you're able to actually rip out.
Sweet.
That's very
Arcadia's.
So I will put it all into party sheets.
Arcadia is going to. She, in the meanwhile, she is asking Nyx to keep an eye on the other Arcadia's body. She actually goes over to Gaia and asks how it is doing. And she says, "Remember when I told you that not all fights are as easy as the one with the sheep?"
And she nods, or it nods.
And she says, "Yeah, go ahead."
And will kind of cringe its hands and we'll look over at Arcadia 2's body and we'll look back at you and we'll give you kind of a confused stare and we'll say that dragon it was big.
And she says
And-
yes.
But we attacked it in its home? I'm confused. Why?
The dragon is small?
No, yeah, no.
Oh, she's talking about the creature.
Yes.
And Arcadia says, I don't know. It. The only thing I can think of is it might have had some sort of curse on it. And that when we killed it, that person reverted to its normal self. I don't know.
Sometimes people are just bad. They want bad things.
And Arcadia looks pointedly and said, and some people are good, but bad things happen to them.
And I will
Out of
call
their
over the
control.
elves. And Amici will not reply to that. And he will call over the elves and he say, form an orderly line. Everyone can get 3 pounds of dragon meat. No more.
Corbin will come over and say, maybe we should sacrifice it. I think Pythor would appreciate this being sacrificed.
And they start bitching as soon as we say that.
Now Flex.
And Amitrius, he's just not replying to the pitching. He's like standing in front of the thing. You want your 3 pounds meat or not?
Yes.
Okay, form a line one by one, and he will oversee that they don't cut away too much.
Yeah, and they will listen and
Would they
take each.
would they take gold instead of the meat?
I don't think so because they're on like this land. They haven't been anywhere else, and they probably don't have any use for gold.
Plus, Hexia is like what 100 tons.
Yeah,
Like giving all of them a few pounds of meat isn't gonna make.
Yeah,
a
I guess
difference.
there'll still be plenty left.
yeah. So they'll all line up and they'll take their pound of flesh, and they will say thank you, oh wise one.
Yeah.
Who do they
And
say
you
that
as
to?
well. Thank you for your
Demetrius.
bravery. Thank
Boy,
you for your
my
bravery
opinion
and
of
your
the-
help.
My opinion of the elves has diminished greatly.
Arcadia would walk over to Patria and give her an Amazon salute and thank her for her help.
And she will return it.
Your bravery has forever liberated these islands, and all of you here today, you will be remembered among your people as heroes. Demetrius will say.
And you,
Hype them up a little bit.
and you, are new gods. We will build statues, and we shall tell of your tales of destroying the evil Hexia.
And Demetrius, he will put his fist to his chest and he will bow to them and not correct them.
Arcadia will say we are no gods.
Well, Arcadia is Pythor's daughter.
So technically,
Arcadia would look at
Magnifier.
Arcadia would look at Corbin and say, "Do you think Pythor, considering how he responded when he heard about us killing the copper dragon, would appreciate a sacrifice of a dragon to him?"
I think he'll make an exception in this case.
I think he would be pissed. Because he was like really sad last time.
Yeah, but
And
this
he was
dragon
like, I don't
has
want
been
you to
tormenting
do
him forever.
that. That is true. But then Amitrius pipes, I think we should sacrifice it to the stallion, actually.
and Gaia says, "What about Baphomet?"
No, that's one of graphics gods. They have no power in this realm of ours.
Arcadia looks at Amitrius and says, "Actually, they are pretty powerful. I remember him almost throwing you on your ass
I agree,
with
my
his
cuts.
energy."
Relax,
on the ultras.
Arcadia. He raises his hands. He's like, all right. Since this is your epic quest, you decide who Hexia gets sacrificed.
And Gaia will pipe up. If I could mention, maybe we do to all three. There's plenty to go around.
It's up to Arcadia. This is her story.
Yes, Queen. Yes. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Arcadia. I don't know about how dividing up things work. How would you do that? Just burn it and everybody say a prayer to their own god at the same time?
Maybe split.
I guess only everyone involved in battle.
Or maybe split it in 3.
4. Oh, by the way, can I ask you something, Engorgio?
Uh-oh.
When you had me do the, I noticed this in the stream, you had me do a religion check on the stone arms, and you said to do it with advantage, but I didn't hear that part. Is it possible for me to do one more roll?
What did you roll last time?
I rolled a 3, but that was, I think it was a 3.
Yeah.
And so I knew.
Oh, yeah,
sorry, what?
You knew that those were very pretty armed, just right.
Right, yeah. I knew it, but I was supposed to have done it with advantage, and you didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry, I talked over you. Is it okay if I do it?
Yes. You know that those are very, very pretty arms.
Damn it.
As you roll a 5.
Shit. All right, well,
She's just not very good with arms.
No, she would. She would cut it up if we want. But we cut it in at 4. Arcadia's going to sacrifice it to her own god.
But hold on.
Corbin will try to get the head.
Hold on. I was actually thinking about putting her skull on the prow of the Ultros.
Corbin's already busy ripping the head off to burn it.
We don't have one of those. How about you give me the head and you take the other part, and I'll just put the head on the Ultros.
I'll arm wrestle you for it.
Always the thing he's best at. Okay, you wanna do it like that? Okay, but no raging.
Okay, no raging.
Oh,
All right, let's
he's
go.
best at. I like that one.
Okay, both athletics check. Can I use my inspiration?
Go ahead.
It's your inspiration. I don't
think.
I don't think you have a +8.
Oh, you don't know what I have. You don't know what I have.
I do know what you have. Ooh.
Yeah, this is what I got.
Oh, damn!
Ooh.
Nice.
Beats him at his own
Hell
game.
yes.
Corbin is
But I
shocked
still
at
got that
Demetrius's
potion of
unbelievable strength.
Yeah, I'm like the Hulk at the moment. Like my body is like
How long
pumped up.
does it last?
An hour.
An hour,
The
yeah.
fight was only like.
Now Corbin realizes that he's been duped, and he's like,
And you
"Oh,
hear
no raging, huh?"
you hear in the background.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not pissed. I'm not pissed at all.
Very well. I guess it will look good on the ship.
That was good.
Still had to roll a 20 to beat me by 2.
That's true.
Hey, winning is winning. That was actually pretty damn good.
Yep. He deserves it for rolling that.
Wow.
No, Corbin will take his portion and sacrifice it to Pythor.
All right, so
Then he'll join V and...
how many are we splitting it up into 4s?
Or we're gonna let Gaev wants to sacrifice it to Bahamut because Rabbit's nowhere to be found.
Yes. And about this time when you guys are carving this all up, the Minotaurs will show up, and they see this and like they like stand at attention as they know this is kind of like a funeral sacrificial thingy. Okay, so
also do a prayer
So-
to the stallion, but
Is
and
the
I'm
heart
like
still
take.
technically the heart is there, but it is not usable if you're trying to take it.
I'll take that instead of the head then.
You
No,
cannot
Arcadia's
take it.
taking
Oh.
a part of it.
You cannot.
Does it have
Yeah.
halberd stab wounds in it?
Yes, like it is unusable. What
Yeah,
there's
well-
no use from it whatsoever. Like unless you're trying to like eat it or something. But
Yeah, she's gonna look at our Amitrius, who always eats it, and she's just gonna take a bite for the hell of it.
Have you? I was gonna say, have you seen this show? But I know you haven't, so I'll just post this picture.
And Amitrius walk over and says, "Can I have a bite as well?"
Yeah, she gives it to him.
He will take a bite, and then he will offer Gaia a bite. And he seems to actually enjoy it.
Arcadia just.
And Gaia will also take a bite.
Yeah, can
And-
you imagine how big this heart would be? Like, jeez.
It
From a
is.
body?
It is 65 pounds. How much the Dragonlord's heart weighs?
Yeah, so there's plenty of that to go around.
Yeah.
Corbin does not, and he looks kind of disapprovingly at Demetrius. He goes, "You're a Dragonlord now. I know she was bad, but I don't think eating her is a good idea."
It is
And,
the belief among my people that when you eat the hearts of the strong foes, you will absorb a portion of their strength.
It is. The heart is the size of a large dwarf. It's big.
The size of Nico?
Yeah, it's bigger than Nico. Nico could walk
Which
through.
means it's bigger than normal Corbin for sure. But Corbin, you're still
100%.
giant.
Wouldn't that? I think doesn't that fall off after?
Yeah, I'm no longer giant.
Yeah.
And Amitrius will offer the Minotaurs a bite of the heart as well, and he will begin directing them to carry the head and the parts that we cut out and all of that stuff back to the Ultros.
Okay. Well, while you are doing that, so you sacrifice to Kentamane, Gaia for Baphomet, Demetrius to Stallion, and Corbin and Pythor, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So when you do that, like Gaia will take her part and will kaboom it. What was I gonna say? So when you sacrifice it to the Divine Stallion, you kind of feel like you feel good about yourself, so if that makes sense. And when Arcadia, you your sacrifice, you feel so damn good that your Constitution actually goes up by 2.
Wow.
Nice.
And I add that.
Yeah, you handled it great. I'm going to add the extra hit points too that affects later.
And Corbin, when you sacrifice, all of a sudden, like, where's Corbin at? I knew it was on this map, but I didn't see him. Oh, he's up there with the dragons. You hear like the clouds and everything kind of like gets dark, and then you see some lightning, and then your good buddy Pythor shows up.
Oh?
Wow, that is pretty cool.
Which Pythor?
He's not fat and he's not built.
Oh,
He's like medium,
Medium Pythor.
like
Got it.
like schmedium.
I think that's our one. Yeah.
Schmeithor.
Schmeithor, yeah.
Dad
and-
bod Pythor?
No, not a dead bod. He's yeah. And he sees the burning of Hexia, and will look over, and so it's done.
It's done. You are free.
And he kind of looks around with some tears in his eyes, and where's Ophia?
Our friend Gravik took them away to hopefully to safety, but we don't know for sure because this strange creature was trying to kill them after Exio died.
I see. And he'll walk up to like kind of like where the burning pile is, and he kind of place his hand on it, and you kind of like put his head against like the charring of the corpse, and when he takes his head away, you can see that he was crying, and he says, "Rest well." And then he looks over and he looks around again and sees the dead body, the decapitated corpse, and kind of cocks his head and who is that?
We are unsure. It appeared to be cursed. It was a werewolf.
Except, do we know? We don't know what a werewolf is. I mean, Arcadia doesn't.
It was a wolf.
Know
It was a wolf-like creature. I don't know. Let's see if I have any history. Let me see.
Yeah, I'll see if I also ever heard like a childhood story about this werewolf business.
Corbin is very wise in these matters.
So Corbin has heard of were people. Demetrius, you think that it was just a big dog.
Yes. It's when a centaur turns into a horse. A terrifying story.
Same with Arcadia. You know that this is a very big dog.
So Corbin knows that this was probably a werewolf, but it is very odd because he's never seen that kind of behavior in a creature like that.
What kind of behavior?
Where it was in league with a dragon, and even after the dragon's death, he's never heard of anything like that happen.
What you mean? What specifically are you talking about?
I mean, first of all, a werewolf and a dragon don't normally go together, and it certainly was very loyal to the dragon even after the dragon died. So there's something very
What's
strange.
a werewolf? Explain this to us from the start.
I will point and say their wolf.
What was wolf?
Wait, I was just waiting for it.
Yeah, Necro, you know it.
Yeah.
So, Amicia says, are they evil creatures? Are they good?
They're generally cursed, so sometimes they can be evil, sometimes they can be good. It really depends.
Was it in its right mind when it was serving Hexia, or was it like under some kind of control?
That's what I say. I don't know. It's very strange to see a werewolf and a dragon together, as far as I know.
Well, I once saw that about gnomes and dragons, but
I'll look to Pythor. I'll look
day.
to Pythor and say, have you ever heard of such a thing?
No, usually werewolves are solitary creatures. And if you say that they were in league with each other, that's it's odd. And where's the head? Like, did you eat it as he looks and sees blood?
And like, Amitrius is like avoiding eye contact.
As
He's pretending to be busy.
As he looks
Corbin
and
never
sees
saw
blood
the
all
head,
over
I
you.
don't think.
No, you would see that Nyx is perched, or she's perched right next to the body and the head. She's
No, that is
looking
being
at
like carried off. Like in
No,
the distance, you see like a group of minotaurs carrying the head off.
No, absolutely not. Nyx would have said something would have squawked to Arcadia, and Arcadia would have stopped them. Absolutely.
We have
not.
had an entire contest about who got the head, and I like was directing.
Oh, the dragon head.
The dragon head. I was talking
I'm talking about the creature head.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was talking.
No, we're talking
I
about the
thought
werewolf.
he wanted to know what happened to Hexia's head.
No, I'm talking about Evil Cadia.
Oh.
Oh, phew! Because it would be pretty awkward to tell him that his ex-lover's head is on the prow of the Ultros. That's why Amitrius was like avoiding her. Okay. No, he hasn't touched that one.
So
I'll direct him and say, you should speak to Arcadia, because I was not involved in that part.
He looks at Arcadia, daughter. And you notice that this is not the same Pythor. Like, the same... Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not the same Pythor that you've seen either time, right? Like, this one... It might be one of the... Yeah, it's kind of like a hybrid Pythor, if that makes sense. Like, he's not, like, super... He's not, like, super fat, like, you know, the first Pythor you met. Not super built, but he's kind of like... Yeah.
So basically, she's not looking at him like she usually does, which is like, you fat fuck.
Yes.
But she's not exactly like, hi, daddy, either. She's just staring at him. Not with quite an amount of hatred or disgust.
Does he see the head of other Arcadia then?
Yeah. If Nyx is by it.
I mean, she's just taking some distance from this awkward scene.
She says, we seem to have encountered an alternate timeline, and I think this is the Arcadia that belongs to that timeline. And by the way, here all this time, I should point out, Arcadia was unconsciously prejudiced and just figured that the reason why that Arcadia, evil Arcadia, whatever. Arcadia, I'm not going to say evil because we don't know that she's evil. Arcadia 2's body was bigger. She was like looking at her fancy house and living in Mitros, and she saw, she just kind of assumed that maybe she hadn't been much to war, and she thought that she'd gotten like a little soft. But then she sees this body, and I'll just say this because the viewers don't know about this, but the body is actually built more like a barbarian. It's very interesting. It's Arcadia is very lithe and wiry and dexterous, and this Arcadia is built more like really muscly, which is why she's bigger. So I don't know if her boobs would actually be bigger to Amicius, if he'd actually like her better. Maybe he likes more muscular bodies.
Amicius isn't going to mention her boobs ever again.
You did say she's more say in the chat that
that's how Engorgio described her when we met. That's all.
I'm giving you a hard time. Anyway, but it's interesting because it's for me. I just realized it myself. It's like so. Anyway, she's pretty muscle bound, I suppose. Or like that photo that you posted. That's what started all of this down in the chat when you did that. I was like, God, it didn't even occur to me. But anyway, so she just explains to Pythor that she thinks it's the alternate Arcadia.
And he goes up and alternate Arcadia, like.
Yeah, we ran into an alternate Kyra who was actually pretty evil. She had purple hair and dressed all in black and had tattoos and piercings.
He kind of snorts at that. And actually, where is that little bitch at anyway? I mean, that little girl, my sister, where is she? Ultros, I'm assuming.
We don't exactly know where she is.
Don't you have a pickle?
Yeah, and she says, when we were traversing between the two, it seems like we were traveling between both realities, and we brought her to the alternate reality. When we went to the alternate reality, she got very sick and died. And that's how we know the evil Kyra was there, because she was trying to do something to her body. And then eventually we were able to save her body, and then she disappeared without a trace. And when we told your father that, he seemed not to be worried and said we'd probably see her sooner or later.
He kind of scratches his beard and I wonder. And then like he like looks up in thought for a second, and So about the the other Arcadia. What do you plan to do with that?
She says, I'm not convinced that she's evil. She might have been cursed, and I would like to try to give her back to her. Try to get her back to her own timeline.
But
She's the commander of the Amazons there, and she deserves to have a proper burial.
But she has no head.
So the head is right next to the
Yeah,
body.
yeah, but he's kind of like, but she's headless. And you, how do you plan to reattach the head?
Or she could just be buried. I mean, or I could.
You just want to take her home.
Yes, if there's a powerful spell that can restore her, I'll try to keep her body, and at least we'll have her body.
He kind of thinks, well, if you just want to take it with you, okay. Just be careful. This doesn't sit right. So if you've seen an alternate universe, you probably have seen. Well, did you see an alternate me, or an alternate?
Yes.
Ametris or Gravik?
We saw evidence of an alternate Ametrius and Gravik, but we actually saw an alternate you.
And hopefully he was as dashing as I am.
She just nods at him. Have you heard of either a god named Io or a god named Orcus?
And he kind of laughs, and the lesser pissant gods, yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, they're just they're just they're like. Have you ever heard the story of the Crossroads Demon?
No.
Little shits. They like to they try to meet you at a crossroad at midnight, and they'll offer you some power in return. Yeah, they're just like little pissant.
Can you tell me what their specialties are, or what they're known for?
I mean, they just like to make like little deals here and there. Like they don't really have much power, if anything. Like if you want to be rich, they can make you rich, but then a year later you die, and now you're enslaved to them.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
He looks over at you. He looks over at you. Kind of shrugs. Why do you ask about these little? I'm surprised you've even heard of them. Like considering y'all's status.
Because we think that Io might have had something to do with killing Kyra, and that Orcus is trying to take over the alternate universe, and might be doing a fairly good job.
Let me see. His eyes kind of narrow.
Okay, that was creepy.
What?
Voices.
Oh, I know. You guys. Did you hear all the Hexias last time? That was like awesome.
And he says, "Well, now that you've done this, you've killed Lutheria, which is fucking awesome. Stupid twat waffle. What's next? I'm assuming you're gonna go after. You're gonna try to find your buddy Gravik, or you're gonna try and go after Sidon, or what do you plan on next?
We don't know where Gravik is. Do you have any feeling where he is?
I don't really have any. I don't really have much of attachment to him. That's the only thing.
Oh, we could scry for him.
I'll say to Arcadia that he's probably just going to teleport back to the Ultros as soon as possible.
We get ourselves a long rest. I'll attune to my crystal ball. And we can scry for him if he's not back tomorrow.
Okay.
So I want to attune to this
Fancy ass
Great axe.
dragon axe that you got, man.
By the way, Gorgio, can you get that cast for me on that? I don't think I properly coded it. It will be in my equipped items in my actions tab.
Yeah, Wicked Dragon. Alright. Yeah, I'll have to predict it.
That's for the special action when it gives a cone attack.
Yeah, I'll have to dick with it.
No hurry.
Well, unless you get into a fight tonight, I'm going to use it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
And Amitrius, he will walk over to Nico and he'll say, "You got an axe, you say? Can I have a look at it?"
Yeah, he hands it over. What do you think of this?
And Amitrius, he will take the axe in his hand. He will swing it at a nearby rock. And I think it deals the same damage type as the dragon whose hoard you found it in, right? So since it's like Hexia's hoard, would it deal poison damage?
No, it deals slashing and magic.
Pretty sure you also need to be attuned to it.
Yeah, I do. I'm not quite sure what it gives. Oh, wait a
You
minute.
need to dip it in the horde.
No, it came from the Horde.
Oh, it came from
Yeah,
the
and
horde.
Yeah.
like it absorbs the power.
Yeah, Dan, I understand how it works. I'm just saying you might need to be attuned to it to get it to actually do this kind of stuff.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to
No,
say.
I thought I could like show that it deals, or like discover that it deals
Yeah.
extra damage. But if that only works when it's attuned, then never mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's kind of...
He says, "That's a pretty well-crafted axe. It's a shame that because you don't use melee attacks a lot. But it's a really good weapon."
I know. I need to get more into melee, but most
Yeah,
of my-
Arcadia's seeing what's happened says, "Yeah, Nico, that that you really should do that and have fun with that axe."
And you see that Amitrius is looking at Arcadia and he's giving her like a dirty look, like you.
And
bitch,
Arcadia's going,
without
"How's
saying
you like that comb? Is it preening your fur, just like?"
it. And Amitrius says, I found some really cool stuff as well. What did I find? Really forgot.
I do have one ability that is good for melee. Is I can attack somebody and get away before they attack me.
And he said, I got this potion that lets you, I guess, fly.
Wow.
As
Yeah,
you-
Nico, you'll be able to
as-
do that once you get that Pegasus. That'll
as-
be easy for you.
As you see Nico turn into a bird and fly.
Like this?
And you,
Yeah, he's just hovering there.
And Corbin
and
beats
like,
his wings and flies around.
Hey, he could do it too.
well, it's a if you ever need any advice on how to thing, I'm glad to hold it onto it for a while for you. Figure out how it works, give you advice on how to swing an axe.
You just want it for yourself, don't you?
Corbin's
Is it that obvious?
Corbin's stuff. Who needs weapons anyways?
Yeah, I know it's yours. It's your choice, but it's a really good weapon for me.
Well, I do got this, and he holds up the Titan's blade. He goes, It's about the same in damage and such. I've only got this 2 hands, and I can only wield one of these at a time.
All right. Are you sure? And Demetrius, he will give his potion of flying to Nicodemus.
Really?
no,
You're giving away the great axe?
I don't
The
need
Titan's
it.
Bane.
I already got the Titan's Bane. It's about the same thing.
And
No, it's not.
Demetrius,
Really?
Demetrius will say, how about this? I will
They're
loan
both
it
plus
from you.
2s.
Yeah, but
If-
do you see all this extra stuff that this thing does because it's awakened?
So is
You should
Titan's
really-
Bane.
Yep.
Titan's Bane's
Really?
awakened. Oh yeah. It's a sentient blade.
Does it do 8d6 force damage?
Once a day? No.
Anyway, Demetrius will say, how about this? It's still your axe. I'm just using it for a bit. If you want it back, just say so, or if you want to sell it, you can at any time.
Can't believe you gave away that
I'll
axe.
take it.
What the hell?
He hands it over.
Then Arcadia says, since we're wheeling and dealing, I should point out that Gravik and I should have first dibs on that orb of star metal, since you guys had one all to yourselves in the shape of a wheel of fortune.
Didn't we also craft something with it for you? I'm pretty sure we did.
Nope, we
I'm
used
pretty
the
sure you got
entire
half
thing.
of it to craft the oath bow or something. Or
Nope,
Nope.
then we must still have half
Nope.
in the ultras.
nope, you used the entire thing. You guys used the entire thing, and Gravik and Arcadia didn't want to have anything to do with it.
No,
But
we
you
didn't use
used
the
an
entire
entire
thing.
orb.
Nope, we still have half the orb in the ultras because the thing only cost half an orb.
Did it?
So no first dibs for you, I'm afraid. You still have your half. But now we have one half and an all, and if we can find a good purpose for it, be it for you or for Gravik, naturally we will choose what's best for the entire group.
I think we need another wheel.
No, because that Wheel of Fortune wasn't good for the entire group, so we got to figure out what we're doing with it.
Yeah, you can figure out what you're doing with the other half of the original
Yeah.
orb, and we can all together figure out what we do with this new orb.
And while you guys are sitting there talking, Pythor kind of like looks around awkward and is like, "Well, I need to get back to work. These cheesy potatoes aren't gonna get rid of themselves," and he bucks off.
He's like, I'm not in the mood for these fucking kids.
Corbin wishes him farewell as he goes away.
And as he disappears, he says, "See ya." Cheesy potatoes. Okay.
Arcadia, and I'll explain this later. She's going to collect half of her arrows, which I think are 10. And the problem is, like, during the entire fight after she fought Hexia, when she was fighting the creature, I think there's something wrong with the coding. I think it says if-type dragon on there, which isn't really what it should say. So none of the dragon arrows that she used against the creature worked, so I'm not going to count them as dragon arrows. Because the way it's coded, it says if-type dragon, but that's wrong, because it should only have advantage.
That's fine. Yeah, I would assume she wouldn't use the dragon arrows against a werewolf.
Well, she was, because they still did an extra D8 of acid, and they're also +1 arrows, so she was using them, but I watched the stream and I wasn't getting any of the benefits. It wasn't doing it because it said it's coded only for dragons, which is, it should only be advantage for dragons, and it should work against everything.
Okay. And
Do you want this gold down?
well, after Pythor leaves, a few moments later, Arcadia, from behind you, you hear, "Is it safe to come out now?"
And she says, "Why were you afraid of them?"
And you guys now realize that you don't see Gaia whatsoever, and then and she reappears next to Arcadia.
He would have seen her anyways, though. She's a dragon.
True.
Well, she asks, Why did you feel you needed to disappear?
Because he's Pythor.
You know about Pythor?
We've heard stories of, and he fits the description, and he was scary, and he just appeared, and I was frightened, and I was ready to cast Kaboom, but then he seemed nice to you, so I did not.
What are the stories? What stories do you know about him? Is he?
From what we've heard, that he likes to destroy, and he likes to cast thunder, and he attacks without mercy.
The thunder's just the side effect of the cheesy potatoes.
What are cheesy potatoes?
Oh, we'll show you later.
We can have some insane stuff crafted now, by the way.
Yippee had the coin. You guys do have a lot of money, so who knows?
Arcadius, so that, you described that pool that the treasure was in as beautiful with a waterfall. Is it, does that water look particularly clean, or
Well, I don't know about clean anymore since Aziz has been in and out of it.
And Vengeance.
And Vengeance and Corbett. So I don't know about particularly clean, but it's still very pretty.
Well, there's still fresh water flowing into it with a waterfall.
Yes.
So while a lot of these things are, Arcadia's just going to go off by herself, because I'm assuming this is going to take a while for the Minotaurs to load everything out. She's gonna take Arcadia's body and wash it, just in by the waterfall where it's fresh water coming down. And then she's gonna wrap it in one of her pelts.
Okay.
And as she sees that the water is okay, she is actually going to doff her armor and go underneath the waterfall.
Nice. Rid yourself of the blood. Clean yourself up a little bit.
Yeah. And then, actually, when she comes out, she's going to go over to Nico and ask him if he has any ale.
Well, okay. Ooh.
Okay, go ahead.
No. Go for it. Ale.
No, as a matter of fact, he does. It's on the Ultros.
Does anybody
He doesn't
have
have any with him. He's all the ale he has stored from Astoria is on the Ultros. Was it Astoria or Arisha? Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
You could fly back and get you some.
That's
Arcadia
okay. She just
wants to
wants
get
to
drunk.
pour it on her shoulder. Because she has,
Aw.
these puncture marks on her. She's been bitten, and she knows from, getting bit, basilisk bites and stuff, animal bites can get a little dicey, so she just wanted to do something to disinfect it before she heals herself.
Let me have a look at that. And he's gonna get I want to do a medicine check on the bite marks on her. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Wow, I just noticed my wounds. Wow, it's down to, it's 82 damage. Shit. No wonder she's oh. Well, we're all in bad shape.
Mm-hmm. So, Nico, looking at her bite mark, you definitely know that this is some kind of wolf bite, but you also notice that there's kind of under the skin is very irritated, and you see kind of traces black in it.
Oh. I'm gonna ask for permission. I'm like, may I lay my hands on your shoulder, please?
She's so sure. She's I don't feel very well, so.
I'm going to cast Greater Restoration on you. See if this helps you. And he casts a level. Let me see. Make sure if I got it. No, I don't. It's gonna have to be tomorrow.
Corbin's like, maybe it's for the
have
best. I've heard werewolves are good against vampires.
I can cure poison. I still have enough magic for that.
It's not poison.
I think it's greater than poison.
Okay.
It might be a sickness.
I've heard of people being turned into werewolves.
Well, unfortunately, my high-level spells are all used up.
Arcadia says, how does that happen?
It's part of the curse. It's transferred by bites, or it can be. Corbin will look over at Nico and say, yes, that's the problem with spells. These never run out. And he'll flex his guns.
It ran out earlier.
Wow.
Corbin will look over at Demetrius and say, I'll see how you do after that potion's gone.
Oh, the potion would have worn off. It would have worn off by now.
I'll try. I'll offer him my arm again.
I'm still wounded from the fight, man.
As Corbin is bleeding profusely from over 400 points of damage.
Yeah, we're all like, we're all quite a sight.
Nico looks
Take a
pretty
rest
good.
Or anything?
Yeah, Nico's fine.
I took a lot of hits, but that was.
Should we go back to the ship, or should we just rest here?
You're immortal, Nico.
You know. Yeah.
Did we set the Antikythera device yet?
Oh no, I haven't said
Oh
it
yeah,
yet.
we should decide where we're going. By the way,
All right.
that's what a Wheel of Fortune costs, an entire orb of star metal. I knew I remembered it correctly. But yeah, Wheel of Fortune doesn't take half of orb; it takes a whole orb.
Well, for some reason, it must have only cost us a half. I mean,
I think we might-
maybe
maybe-
No, they
Yeah,
used a full. I think you had two actually. I
Yeah.
believe you got two.
Oh, yeah.
One in the dragon's lair, and then one at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah,
that
one was
Graphic
at the
pulled out.
Correct.
ocean. Yeah,
So
'cause
yes, you have one orb. We had two orbs. You used one orb for the Wheel of Fortune.
and we still have another one then, because I got one off the ocean floor.
Right.
So that would be the half then, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that one you said was a giant one, so I don't know if it's a half. I think it's just I think we just had two orbs and we used one of the orbs. Unless some, no, we might have used half of for the oath boat, but you used an entire orb for that Wheel of Fortune. But anyway,
Well, that just means that only Graphic has the choice left because yours for the oath bow.
No, he can use part of another one. You guys shared one thing using a whole orb that we did not use, so we figured out.
So
Well,
I'll
we use for such things.
take out the Antikythera, and I'll say, well, what do we need to set it to?
Well, it's daytime though, isn't it? Don't we have to wait till night?
Yeah.
Okay, and then he quickly puts it away again.
Yeah. What were the two places where we went to? Well, we at the constellation of the Dreamer. So.
And Demetrius, you'll say, I doubt that this is the dragon.
Are we at the constellation of the Dragon? Do you think?
That was
You
the
said
last
it for the
time we said it.
constellation of the Dreamer.
Well, actually, I think this is my time to come clean. We had that talk about,
Hey, Ralph.
facing your past and needing to overcome this Hexia business.
Hey.
So I thought it would be a good idea to set it to the dragon.
Arcadia just looks at you and says, "Fuck you! I can't trust you."
Well,
And she turns around. She
look
turns
at
around
it.
and
I
she
was
walks
right.
away. She says, "I don't care. I can't trust you. To not be able to trust someone in battle is about as good as death. You've done it."
That didn't
And
happen
she
in
walks
battle.
away.
And then he will. And he said, "I think we wanted to go to the Dreamer, but we have a lot of stuff now. Do we want to drop by Mitros for some shopping? Maybe if we go back like Arisia, it's our Mitros again.
I don't think there's time.
All right. Well, did we want to go to the Dreamer then?
Arcadia's walking away towards the Ultras.
Corbin hurries to catch up to her, muttering something about potions.
And Mitros will say after Corbin, "Ah, don't worry, she'll get over it."
And she says to Corbin, "I absolutely will not. A breach of trust like that is unforgivable."
Yes, he needs to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But we will need him in days ahead.
Yes, he
As far
will
as I'm
be.
concerned, it was a great victory and a good battle, and I was right.
Maybe we should make Nico captain.
Yeah, I think so. By the way, and she calls over, she goes, "You need to give some of the loot to Verena. You promised her, unless you want to turn back on your promise. You also owe some to Gaia, unless you also want to lose their trust and not do that either." And she walks
Gaia's
away.
gotten his, but naturally, as we all agreed upon, when you address the entire crew, we will all share some of our spoils with the crew.
You told Verena she would get something special for getting all the Minotaurs, or did you conveniently forget that as well?
Why would you think that? Have I been talking to her? Did I say that Verena wasn't going to get anything?
I don't know. I can't trust a thing you say anymore. And she walks away.
Arcadia.
Corbin asks Arcadia if she wants a lift back to the boat.
She says, "Thanks, but no thanks. I need to walk this off. But I just need to walk."
Mitras will walk over to Nicodemus and says, "Woman, you do him a favor, and this is what you get."
Corbin doesn't feel like walking, so he'll fly back to the boat to rest.
I still don't think things are good between me and the wife.
Oh yeah, that's that business.
Yes.
I
She's a
don't
little
envy you
ticked
at
off
all.
still from us not trusting her and me not trusting her, but
What?
It's a
what
theme
do you plan
here.
to do
All the
about
men
it?
are pissing the women off.
I don't know. Kiss up. It's about the only thing you can do.
You know, I've been thinking. You still have that Pegasus brittle, right?
Absolutely.
Shouldn't we go by that island and give that brittle to the Pegasus? That seems like it would be a pretty big ally.
Be nice to have a flying horse.
What island was that again?
I can't remember. There's so many of them.
I have it written down somewhere. No, I don't remember what island it was with the beasts. Well, if you ever remember what island that was, we could go there and get that Pegasus and have it help us on future adventures. I mean, whenever we seem to have to cross vast distances, there's always like one or two of us that need help with flying and all that. Could be handy.
Aye.
And then amateurs will begin going to the ultras as well.
Okay. So when you guys are heading back to the Ultros, I think Arcadia was the first one heading down there. You notice that some of the you notice kind of like a fire on the beach, and you see that there's definitely like probably 5 or 6 people from the ship over there.
Corbin would fly down to see what they're doing.
And you see Nico's wife and his kids and some other like crew. They're just kind of chilling.
I will relay the tale of the battle, making sure to tell everybody that I was primarily responsible for victory and not Demetrius.
and Nico's wife looks up and says, "Yeah, I'm sure you probably did it all, and Nico probably didn't do shit like normal."
Well,
Wow, what the hell?
He was blowing around a lot.
He is full hot air, I know.
Ambitious will begin directing the Minotaurs to strap the skull on the prow of the ship. Is that called the prow?
The bow.
No, the prow.
The prow.
The pointed front part, yeah. Oh yeah, also called the bow, yeah. A little to the left. No, some extra ropes over there. Nope.
And Nico, I think as you get back to the ship, you also see the wife and kids, and she looks at you and kind of like turns her back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Nico's gonna look in. His inventory. Excuse me, inventory. And he don't have anything to give her. Nothing from the dragon either. There's some dragon heart. I cut out.
We'll walk over.
You're on the
We will
ship.
give-
You're on the
Oh,
ship.
sorry. I thought it was no. I'm on the beach directing the.
Oh, you're on the beach directing it. I thought you were on the ship directing. Okay.
I just wanted to give him something cute. I'll say, give this to your kid, and he will hand him a comb that is inlaid with dozens of diamonds and filigree, and it seems like it would be worth several thousand gold.
Oh,
He will give it to Nico.
thank you. So Nico's gonna take the comb, kind of underhandedly, so the wife don't see it. Like he was shaking Demetrius's hand, you know. And then he's gonna walk over to his wife and he'll be like, we defeated a dragon. I got the last blow in. Falling blow.
Yeah, you're full of hot air, aren't you?
What the hell?
But, ooh. And he looks down at his feet and he's shaking his foot. I got you something from the Dragon Horde.
And she
To
looks
look-
over at you incredulously.
He holds out his hand and goes, pick a hand.
And she just gives you a deadpan stare.
I guess not then. Look, it's behind your ear. He pulls it out from behind her ear.
And she sees the comb and thanks.
That's pretty comb for you, pretty lady.
And she kind of looks at it, and she'll gingerly take it and she'll thanks, and looks at it for a second, and chucks it over her shoulder.
What the fuck?
Well, I don't know if you want to give a spy any loot from a dragon, so.
Oh. What?
Vengeance
Just
would
gonna
rush
race
to grab it.
Scoop it up.
For you
Yes,
guys
but-
watching,
yes,
that is an item worth 3,000 gold.
He has to race Vengeance for it.
That is bizarre. Oh yeah, I don't want it. I don't want 3,000 gold.
Well, looks like it's Vengeance's then.
I mean-
Because the dragon's probably quicker than me.
Yeah, I mean, her old man accused her of being a spy. Wouldn't you be pissed?
I mean, we discovered it with the spell.
Well, nothing was admitted.
True. And she'll look around and see the dragon and Nico, and the Vengeance get to it first and says, "Well, I think this is a pretty nice place to call home. I think we might stay here. If he defeated the dragon, so there shouldn't be anything to worry about. It's a pretty nice place."
Except for the cannibal elves. Vengeance takes the comb and flies away from Nico and looks back and says, "Don't worry, I love you."
And then Aziz comes flying behind her. "Gimme!"
She flies away. She flies away. She's wearing the comb as a bow now.
Nice.
Forget it. Hold on a minute. There we go. Back in the party sheet. Whoop.
And Verena will fly down and say, "I heard, I see that congrats are in order." As she flies over to Amitrius.
Yes, we managed to defeat Hexia as I anticipated. Few things left on this world can challenge us now.
That's awesome. And I'm assuming you found the Horde.
And Amitrius, he will look faintly amused, and he will.
You could have. You cut
And
out.
then he will.
You cut
What'd
out.
you
You cut out after you said
Oh,
he
he-
looks faintly amused.
Yeah, he looks faintly amused, and he says, "Yes, we did."
And she kind of cocks an eyebrow.
And then he kind of cocks an eyebrow back at her.
At this point, Vengeance flies past wearing a very valuable comb.
And then he starts laughing as playing with Hexia. As promised, we will speak later in the captain's quarters regarding our earlier agreements.
Sounds good. And I'd like to ask what you did to piss Arcadia off again?
Same as usual. Don't worry about it. She'll be fine in a few weeks.
And as she turns and she's like, "What is it with all the men on this ship pissing the women off?" And she flies away. Okay, so you are attaching the head to the ship. We are Nico's wife and kids are on the beach. Still mid-afternoon. Corbin, I'm assuming, on the beach, and Aziz and Vengeance are flying. What's Arcadia doing?
Corbin wants to take a rest.
Corbin wants to take a rest. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely a rest.
Yeah, I think we all need to take a short rest.
Have a short rest. Roll him up, you got him.
I'm gonna save some of my hit dice for now.
And while you guys are on the beach doing what you're doing, you do smell. You definitely smell cooked meat coming, obviously from from the woods, and it smells delicious. As you roll a bunch of ones, and I'm laughing. And one of the elves comes down and says, "We're gonna have a feast if you want to join us." And Nico's wife and kids stand up. Or Nico's wife stands up. Come on, kids, let's go get some real food.
And Nico just stands there and says, "Go on then. Go
We
get
will.
some real dragon food that I helped kill."
We will.
Ah.
Damn old fogey.
And Nico just walks back to the Ultros and down into the hold where he keeps his stash.
Uh-oh. Back to drinking.
Amitrius will follow Nico instead of going to the party. And as he enters the hold with Nico, he says, "Room for one more?"
"No, there's plenty."
And he will pick up a mug for himself as well, and he will fill it with some of Nico's ales, and he will hold it out. "Cheers for a well-fought battle. You saved our hides with your magic, Nico." He will clash with Nico's mug and then drink it all up.
After
Ooh.
resting on the beach, Corbin will join them and he'll take an ale and then he'll start trying to play some break-up tunes on for Nico.
And Amitrius will shake his head and he will put his hand on the instrument and say, "Corbin, come on, man." And he will say, "Nico, are you okay?"
"Yeah, doing fine."
"You sure? You need anything from us?"
"Just your company."
"All right. If there's anything we can do."
"I'm just gonna sit here and drink a couple of me ales and a few whiskeys.
All right. And,
I'll be fine."
You notice Arcadia walks down and she goes and grabs a mug of ale and she pours it on her shoulder and she asks Nico, "Should I leave this open or should I heal it?"
"Cover it with a clean cloth. I'll have a look at it in the morning, if that's okay."
Okay. So she pours the ale into, like, when she was healing herself, she was not healing the puncture wounds because she didn't want anything to get stuck in there.
Okay. So you pour some alcohol into the puncture.
Yeah, anything that looks like that.
Give me a con save. That's gonna hurt.
No. Corbin.
Oh, you and as you pour it on, like all the boys kind of probably wince at it, and you just look at him stone faced, like it doesn't bother you whatsoever.
And she leaves.
And then Abhishek will, after a few more drinks, he will say, "So, Nico, what are you gonna do with your wife and kid?
Just want to stay here on this island.
Come on, man.
Okay.
We can't leave them here.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
No, you need to talk to them. Come on, man. Your
She
wife
was
knows that you fought. She's just doing that because she's angry at you. She knows you fought.
But was she the spy or not?
At this point, does it even matter anymore? She's your wife.
Yeah. Well, in this reality.
Yeah, but your son as well. I mean, you can't leave them on this island. You need to hash this out with them. Have a talk with them about, maybe mending the relationship a little. I don't think you should leave. You will regret it later. You need to hash this out now, tonight.
Well, Nico gets his last cup of ale and downs it and okay, and he walks out. He
Good
goes
luck,
up
man.
the beach. He's gonna
We'll
go
be
up
here
the
if-
beach to find the barbecue.
All right. Anyone else going with Nico?
I'll go to the barbecue, but not with Nico. Like, I'm giving him his own privacy to talk to his family in peace. But I'll just be at the barbecue to eat.
So, Nico, when you go down to the barbecue, it's in full force, and you see your wife. She's sitting at the table, and your kids are kind of running around, but sitting next to your wife, and she's kind of laughing and joking around. You see a very attractive young elf sitting there talking to her.
Hey, what's this? He walks up. I'm not gone half an hour and you find a new man?
Oh, God damn it.
And she looks, and this is a real man.
You see Amitrius at the other side of the table, like he's trying to stay away from Nico, but he's like at the same time like observing them. And now he's like, oh shit.
This is Elfhard. And he
Like
kinda,
elf fart.
and he kind of stands up and he towers over Nico, and you see his like an 8-pack, and he says,
"Fight the dragon. We know he's not very good."
and he looks at Nico, he looks at your wife, at your wife, and he says, "This is your wife."
Aye.
I apologize, Lord. She says she was just one of the maidens on the ship. I do apologize, and he will grow beet red and hurriedly run off.
Corbin's going to try to stealthily fly down and grab him and throw him in the ocean.
Why?
He's literally done nothing wrong.
It doesn't matter to Corbin.
Remember the treetops, you can't really see down there too well.
And from the corner of his eye, Nico can see Amitrius, and he's like making like subtle, encouraging motions, like towards his wife, like nodding his head to the side, like talk to her. Yeah.
So Nico just looks down and he sits down next to her and he's like, now listen here, wife. I've gone through too much to have to deal with this anymore. I lost you once, I don't want to lose you again. I'm sorry for blaming you for us being a spy. At this point, it doesn't matter anymore. You can tell, even if you were a spy, it doesn't matter. Because we're gonna kick whoever's ass comes in front of us anyways.
And she looks at you, and you see her start to soften just a little bit, and says, "How bad are you gonna kick their ass?"
How bad?
And she cocks
Just
an
like
eyebrow.
what we did to that dragon.
And you killed that dragon? Tell me how you
See,
killed that
Demetrius
dragon.
nodding. See,
Tell me how.
nodding in the corner of your eye.
Tell me how you killed that dragon.
What's a giant fish blow?
You see her eyes get big, and she softens up and says, "Okay, fine, whatever. But you must do that. You must do that fist blow later." And then she will just start chatting. Gross. As she finally softens back up to Nico, but still stares at Demetrius. Well, I think everyone except for Arcadia is down at the beach or at the woods. So, what's Arcadia doing?
She
Besides doing,
She looks for Dea.
and you find her.
And she says, "You're not going to this barbecue?"
We were not invited.
Well, I think anybody's invited.
Well, I don't feel right eating that magnificent creature.
And Arcadia just nods, and she says, "So I have a question. How did you learn some of those spells? Are you in contact with your colony?"
And she kind of looks over at you and says, "No. I just know them."
So it just comes to you?
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I just sit here and like every once in a while, like I just know something new. And you know she's lying about something. Or not, maybe not lying,
right.
maybe not lying, but definitely withholding the truth. And I'll look at you, and you shoot very well with the with that bow. Could you show us sometime?
And she says, "If you tell me how you really know those spells, I might."
And she kind of awkwardly scratches her head and, well, you are the queen. I think some of my kin have seen those spells been done, and that's how I learned them.
And Arcadia says, "So I'm right, so you are linked with the colony now."
And I'm sorry, my queen, for deceiving you, but I was told not to.
By your queen?
Yes. But she was afraid that if you knew that we were in contact, that you would kill us, and I'm learning so much. But if you wish it, I will leave.
She says, you have not given me any reason to want to kill you.
If you wish it, I will leave.
Where would you go?
And the guy shrugs. I don't know. If you want to maroon me here, you can do so.
I'm sorry, what did it say?
Maroon me here, you can do so.
Oh, maroon? No. And she says, but since we're being honest with each other, I will let you know something. I am actually not a queen.
But you are the female.
Not all females are queens.
But you are Arcadia. You control these men.
No, we try to work together.
Oh, so you lied to us?
She says, do you remember when I talked to you about when I was in Aresia? And you were there when I had that conversation with the, with how I'm trying to remember, was Gaia with me when she was with no, she wasn't with her when she talked to the priest in the shadows, but she was with her when she basically checked out the rest of the island. But she would say, sometimes when you're getting to know someone and you don't trust them yet, sometimes she explains that when I didn't know, when I was first meeting you, I didn't know if you were hostile or not. And I decided not to correct you when I said I was a queen, so I might have a better chance of being respected before I knew you. And now that I've gotten to know you better, I feel that you should know the truth. And so she says, and I am sorry for deceiving you. I did it to protect myself in case you had ill intents towards me.
And Gaia will just look at you, and you don't see any emotion on their face. And we'll say, we understand. And looks generally displeased, or maybe sad. Well, what does the queen, or do you need me for anything else, Arcadia?
And she says, no, but I hope you appreciate what it means for me to tell you that. I would not tell you this unless I trusted you. And you told me about your conversation with the colony. And I appreciate you telling me that. And she says, if it means anything to you, this is the first time she says that. She says, and this is true, that Pythor is my father.
And her eyes kind of grow big. And
so I am not a queen.
So her eyes would go big and she'd kind of take a step back. You are not a queen, but you are a goddess? Oh god, and she'll like fall to her knees really quick.
No. She goes, I am half human.
And half god?
I guess.
And she'll fall to her knees again.
I don't really think about it. She says, yeah, just get up.
Yes, Lord. And how can these men, knowing that you are God, not fall on their knees and worship you all the time?
Oh, it's because a lot of us exist. Piper gets around, so we're not really that special.
But you are a god. No wonder you fight so well.
Because that's just a lot of practice. Can you do me a favor?
What?
It just says, can you cast Ray of Frost on on the body? Or do you happen to know in your head something called gentle repose that would stop a body from decaying?
And they'll think for a minute. No.
Well, she would just ask it to we'll try to like do some sort of Ray of Frost kind of thing to try to like, preserve the body until they find grab it.
And hopefully not freeze it and it shatters.
Right. Well, it's wrapped in a pelt, so hopefully it's like, doing something like that.
And it will, let's try it. How about an 80 or above? 80 or, how about a 70 and above? It works.
Okay.
Alright. 72.
Woo! Sweet.
So it looks like Gaia was like sitting there freezing her for a little bit, and like it stops and says, "I think that's good."
Great. She thinks Gaia. And she looks at her and them, and she says, "Are things okay between us?"
Yes, my lord.
You can just call me Arcadia.
Yes, Lord Arcadia. And what's that extra D8 from Dan?
Divine Smite, the thing that gives me that to every melee attack. Improved Divine Smite.
Improved Divine Smite, okay. I was just wondering. Okay, well, with that, I think as you guys are sitting there munching, it's starting to get evening, and I need a dex save from everybody as the earth, including the water that the ship's on, starts reverberating. It's kind of like an earthquake.
Use my advantage.
In the tower, or?
Tower open, doesn't matter.
You said death save, right?
Dex.
Oh,
I'm going to use
sorry.
my
Dex.
advantage
That
on
was a
that.
bit,
I'm going to use my inspiration on that. Look.
All right. So Nico Ametris, as this earth starts shaking, you start to move and you fall right on your ass. And Corbin, you're doing pretty good, but then you look up and one of these branches kind of starts to fall and you dive out of the way and also fall on your ass. As Arcadia, you're on this ship and the ship starts rocking back and forth, and everyone starts holding on for dear life, and you're able to barely hold on. And I think that's a good place to take a break because I gotta pee.
All right.
So we'll be back in 10 minutes stream. So if you go away, please come back, and we'll see you shortly. I gotta pee.
Corbin's great song playing has aroused some Greek god.
Oops. Ooh, what happened there?
Yeah, disconnect.
Yeah, I was just sitting here, my screen changed. I'm like, what? What happened? Time to go to Pickle Land. Huh.
Pretty evil. Demetrius just setting the compass to it without telling us.
Yeah, and you're red too, so we can't reconnect.
Would let you guys back in because mine's kind of hung up.
Mine's working on it.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait a few minutes.
Trying to get back on. Technical difficulties. Like if everyone tries to get on all at once, it's going to take longer and load. There, well, I just loaded. Finally loaded in. Alright, so Dan's in. Looks like Corbin disconnected. Got on and then got disconnected.
I'm not in. I got a license conflict.
Oh!
Mine's coming up, I think.
You got me. As Brogar got me. 53 months. 53 months, holy shit. Yeah, going on 5 years. Jeez. Yes.
And I'm back.
Can you kick me out, Engorgio?
You're, oh, yeah. Kick. Goodbye.
Oh, you kicked me out.
Oh, it said Drizzard. Version connected. You're AFK for 10 hours. Oh, man, that's funny.
Yeah, man.
Looks like it's getting there.
Nice. Yeah, it says all 3 of you have connected, except for
Bye, Baron.
our Cadia.
Maybe I'll cancel and try again. It's just stuck there.
I got in, but it bounced me right back out.
Mine's not even doing anything.
You guys were too hasty.
Alright, let's see if it works this time.
I'll let you go first.
I'm in.
Oh, okay, it's loading.
Are we back?
I think so.
Cool. So yeah, we took a break right during the little earthquake, and not even a little earthquake. It's strong enough to move the shake the ultras back and forth. So, and the people on this island start to freak out and run around. The gods are back. The gods are coming to kill us. What did why are you guys so wrathful? Don't kill us. As they see, as they don't really pay attention that all of you have been knocked on your ass.
Not all of us.
Corbin would get up and fly into the air.
Mitrius would get up as well. I would say, don't worry, it's probably just the dragon's magic or something.
Well, I think now that she's dead, I don't know what we'll do next. Maybe we can actually finally start to settle down and build roots and have an actual society. And they'll look over at Nico and his wife and say, I know, Lord, that your wife expressed interest in staying here. You're more than welcome to be her a new protector if you wish.
He's saying that to who?
You.
To Nico. Oh.
Yeah.
No, I think they'll come with me on the ship. I'm not sure if they want to stay here anymore.
Well, you could stay also and be our take over Hexia's home, and you could be our new god.
God Nico.
God, Nico.
does have a nice ring to it.
Don't get any ideas, old dwarf. We still need.
I'm still needed with this crew. They need my assistance in their doings.
Very well. We will still make statues in your honor. All of your honors, of course. And then they'll wink at Nico.
Just make me taller.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. But I hope these these shakes don't happen again. This is the second time in one day we haven't had one of these in our recorded history, but it's been passed down that it happened a long time ago. But it's been centuries.
What happened last time?
It was lots of quakes, and from what we had been told, that a bunch of stones popped out of the earth and ravaged the land for a while before they finally settled down and went away.
How many of you are on this island?
We don't have a total number. As you can tell, we were never allowed to stay in one place for too long, so we kind of moved around. But I want to say maybe 500.
That's probably. Is that too much for the ultras? Out of character.
It would be extremely crowded.
I was thinking that maybe we could relocate, maybe to the island where the Pegasus is.
Yeah.
I'd say the 500.
Yeah, 500 is probably too much.
Yeah, it'd be a little crowded. Yeah, even for the ultras.
The last stand of the 500.
Well, Amixius will try to reassure them that it's just probably the dragon's magic just wearing off. That's nothing to be worried about.
Well, thank you for your wisdom, Lord. Do you wish to stay here tonight? We can make accommodations if you wish.
No, I think we should be going. Too shaky around here.
Absolutely, Lord. And they don't have really anything else if you're fixing to leave.
Yeah, after eating the meal, Amixius would go back to the ship.
Okay.
It is. Check where. Check Demetrius's cabin to see if the body's back.
Can he get in?
Not as far as I know. It's locked.
It's always
locked when he's not there.
Seems like it's always easy to get into for everybody else.
Yeah, it does. It does seem like it.
Carbon will just try the handle. Maybe it's like left open.
Let's find out. How about a 50 and below it's open? It is open. He forgot to lock it.
Carbon's like, no wonder that thing is always missing.
Whenever I leave that room, I have a 50% to get to them.
So I would check to see if it's still gone.
It is.
I will move things subtly around the room so that Demetrius thinks he might be going slightly mad.
Gaslighting.
And then I'll lock the door on my way out.
Nice. Hell yeah. Nice. All right. It is getting dark. So you would be able to set the etiquette there if you wish.
Well, I think Arcadia is the only one that knows where the Pegasus thing is. If we want to do that. Otherwise, maybe I can send it to the Dreamer or the mainland.
Maybe we should go to the Dreamer now.
We have a lot of stuff.
The last you heard from Corbin was he wanted to keep going because he's thinking we're running out of time.
Didn't we have like more than a month to the oath or something?
We have no idea, actually.
All right, I will ask everyone where they want to go.
Is Arcadia talking to him yet? Probably not.
No,
Corbin
she's
stands.
not.
Corbin stands near our. If Arcadia is there, Corbin will stand within hearing of her and go. Well,
She's not even there. She's not there. She's
Okay.
not there. She's in her
Corbin-
cabin.
Corbin says. Arcadia says, "What difference would it make? You just do whatever you want anyway."
Thanks, Corbin.
Hey, I'm just saying that's what Arcadia told me.
I did it for Arcadia's own sake. She had to face her past and overcome her fears. Whatever, and I'll just set it to the Dreamer. In
Plus
front
we
of
lost-
Corbin. You can watch.
Plus we've lost Gravik somewhere. I don't know what happened to him.
Nah, he can reach the ship.
He said something about maple syrup and disappeared.
So
So-
I've set it to the Dreamer now.
All right, and as you're getting onto, you're heading back to the Ultros. You notice now that it's starting to get dark, and the ocean's starting to like come in more. You notice there is a jagged rock formation not too far from the shore. You see a strange symbol that has been carved into the rock facing the main island. It looks like a bulbous creature with 8 snake-like arms.
Do we recognize that?
You can give me a history. Because
Isn't
it's
that-
just... Yeah, go ahead.
Is that a suspicious description of an octopus?
You can give me a history, or to see if you remember. Except for Arcadia, because she's not there.
I'm guessing it's a kraken, personally.
Is Nico there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Corbin says, "I think it's a seagull."
You think it's a seagull. Nobody else has any idea what the fuck it is, because a 7, a 5, and a 1.
Corbin's the
I don't know
one.
what the fuck that thing is.
It could only mean that they're going to get pooped on.
But this jagged rock, it's about 200 foot from the shore, like out in the water, like a little island. Maybe that's why you couldn't see it. I would tell because it's kind of far away. Do we check out the sus island, or go back, or sus little thing, or go back to the ship and leave?
I say we check it out. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I
We've,
think we should leave
we've got our bellies full of dragon meat. We've got a few drinks. Let's just have a bit of fun with
I
this.
think we should leave.
Come on, Corbin. Weren't you talking big about being the strongest guy alive before? Let's go.
Okay, but pretty tired. It's late.
Tell you what, if anything too big pops out, we run back to the Ultros.
I'm gonna fly back.
And so I guess we walk up to it.
Okay.
I fly.
No, you'd have to fly out. Yeah, you'd have to fly or swim or something like that.
You walk up to it, isn't it in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah, you'd have to fly or swim or fly, or get a little rowboat.
Yeah, I guess I'll get in a little rowboat.
Okay.
Corbin flies to her, saying, "You come in peace, mighty seagull."
I wonder if this is related to those arms we saw. Like, maybe this creature is still somehow influencing this island.
So, Corbin, as you land, you kind of see that this is there's just kind of like a tip of maybe like a larger island, but like something underground.
Is there a cave or anything?
Not that you can see. But you can definitely tell that this it expands, like it goes under the sea, like under the water, and now that it's kind of getting dark, you can't really see under the water too well, but you can tell that it kind of starts to expand a little bit underneath.
I'll try to break off a piece of rock and inspect it.
Give me a strength. Yeah, it's just a normal. It's just a rock. Nothing special about the rock.
I'll throw it into the water.
And it goes a little bloop, bloop, and sinks.
Nico grabs his arm. Don't disturb the water.
So, what do you guys think we should do here?
Think we should go back to the ship?
Nico,
Leave,
come
like
on,
we
where's
said
your
here.
sense of adventure, man?
It's just a rock. I just chested it out.
I think there might be some kind of cave in the water. What do you think, Nico? Do you still have wild shapes?
Yeah.
I still have. I can breathe water and swim really fast. I could go check it out.
I can breathe water as well because Nico casts on us every.
Oh. Yeah, I'll take 10 minutes and cast water breathing again. I think everybody's still got it on them.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still on them.
Okay. Let's go down and look.
Alright, I'll activate my boots of speed so I can move very quickly in the water.
Oh, look at him.
You notice my my new armor. And that makes me like a fish.
That's right. And you you all have dark vision except for Demetrius, right? Yeah. Oh, Nico doesn't have dark. Oh, Nico does have dark vision. And Corbin, yeah, has dark vision.
Yes, I do.
I can.
Demetrius will say it's quite dark down there. Should I stay up here because I can see in the water?
Ah, come on, Ann. You got blind sight.
You know what I do? Where's Demetrius? There he is. Be a nice guy, because I actually have this prepared.
Nice.
Yeah. Demetrius begins blinking his eyes and he's like, oh, so this is how you guys see the world. Why is everything gray?
Pretty much.
All
There
right,
you
let's
go.
go, boys. And he will dive in.
Forget how long it's for. Like 8 hours? 8 hours. That's not bad.
That's pretty good, actually. Good.
Yeah, it is. For a level 2 spell. It's
Hell
pretty
yeah.
good.
All right, and so you start to swim down. How like is there a certain amount of time you guys want to swim, or are you going to try to like get all the way to the bottom, or
Maybe
see,
we
like,
can do a
find
little
an entrance?
circle.
Corbin's gonna shoot straight to the bottom.
Okay, so Corbin, you get down. Let me double check your that breastplate.
Should be going at 60 miles an hour.
I'm not worried about the speed. Actually.
70 actually.
I'm not worried about the speed.
Feet?
What is it? Where the hell's it at? What's it called again?
What, my armor?
Yeah.
Mariner or something?
It just lets me
Oh,
move with like
Mariner.
a regular speed.
Okay, cool. So Corbin's going fast. He's the fast boy. You get down. You keep going about what? I think it's about 110 feet before water pressure starts kicking in, right?
But that's what you were Googling.
Oh, I Google a lot of things. So once you
Corbin cannot be crushed.
once you get about, I think you can actually. Once Corbin, you get down to about 100 110 feet, you feel that water pressure start pushing on you, and you don't see any end in sight with this this mountain. Like, it just keeps going straight down.
I feel like I can resist it with my strength.
You feel like if you go a little bit far, I mean, you might be able to, but like it's starting to, like push on you a little bit.
At some point, I mean, you can be as strong as you want, but your eardrums are gonna. You have the strength of that.
Like you can be as strong as you want, but water pressure is water pressure.
I mean, if Homelander's eardrums are strong, at least. I mean, just going with a different tactic. He's going to circle around it to check if there's a cave.
How far down is he going to go?
Not very far, like let's say 60 feet. He's going to circle, and if he doesn't,
he doesn't see anything 60 feet down.
I will see if there's any like small crustaceans swimming around that I can talk to.
You do not see any. Do you keep
nothing there?
Do you keep going down?
I'll go down a little bit further, but I'll be cautious.
He wants to test it.
Yeah, he does.
So you get down about 130 feet. You went through 60-foot dark vision. It still continues, and now this you see something kind of float by your eye. And it looks like it's coming out of it might be coming out of your nose.
All right, I will start going back up slowly.
Okay.
I'll shake my fist at the water.
And you on a surface, or you just gonna like try not to get the bends? I get that.
Yeah, I guess I'll just surface.
Meanwhile, Nico's just doing somersaults in the water. Oh, was I supposed to look with you?
When I get to the surface, I'll try to like break out of the surface like a dolphin.
All right, give us a what is a performance?
Performance?
Yeah.
All right.
And you kind of plop out, like you looked like you're going to do it majestic, and then you did a belly flop.
I'm still happy with it.
Yeah. Arcadia is now on deck, and she can hear the boys in the water, and like she'd be able to look over and see it. And she does a history check.
Just pops out.
And Arcadia, you know that is the symbol of the Kraken.
Corbin yells out, "It's the giant seagull!"
Well, not every rock can be an adventure, Mitri says, and he will get back in the ship, in the boat, and begin sailing towards the Ultras.
Is it too dark? You can just talk. Is it too dark to hunt? Which island?
The regular island.
Oh, I mean, it's dark. Yeah, like you can see probably some torchlights coming from like the camp ahead, but like if you just venture off into the wilderness, it's dark. Like there's no moon. Let's say that.
I'm gonna dive back down real quick and see if I can break off a piece of rock that's farther down.
All right, punch in the mountain. All right, give us the strength.
I think it's just a regular ass rock that someone carved an image of a kraken into.
So you punch that rock, you punch it, and it piece chips off, and it's still the same kind of like. Ooh, you pop back up, and it's still the same kind of rock.
I'm gonna keep it for a souvenir.
Fair. Alright, so Arcadia, you are able to tell what it is. Are you going to stay on the ship, or are you going to go out, or what are you going to do? Hello?
Okay, yeah, you muted.
Uh-oh. This is an AirPods
Oh,
thing,
sorry,
okay.
pushing the wrong thing. Too sleepy. Oh, she's no, she was gonna go hunting, but it's too late. No, she's unhappy about that.
Okay. Do you want to spend another? Do you guys want to, as you all come back to the ship, do you want to spend another night on here, or are we going to take off?
I mean, I'm all for taking off. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what else we would do here.
Yeah, there's,
We might as well go.
according to Acadia, that's a Kraken. I don't think we're...
No, she didn't say anything to
Oh,
anybody.
she didn't say anything?
No,
She didn't-
sure didn't.
Oh.
It's the mighty seagull.
It's the mighty seagull.
Well, we didn't see anything, so... Oh, well.
I got this
We did our
rock.
best.
You want to look at my rock?
No. No rocks. That's a mighty fine rock you got there. I think best bet is to split. Take off from here and go to the next island.
I like that
Alright.
boulder. That's a nice boulder.
Well, I've set it to the Dreamer, and I will begin. I will instruct the crew to begin rowing the boat.
Did you actually set it to the Dreamer?
Corbin saw it.
Yeah, but
Did he?
Corbin's not very good. I might not know what you said to.
True. I might have reset it in secret.
Yeah.
Arcadia would just mention.
But when you get back to your room, you're gonna think things are weird.
She's gonna ask. She was asking. Like, did they find anything? She goes, that's the sign of the Kraken.
I thought it was a seagull.
No.
I'm unsure. Have we had a Kraken
I got-
encounter before in this game, or is that Call of Duty?
Oh, it was
Call
Call
from
from
the
the Deep. It was like the last. It was like the last thing on
Yeah.
Call from the Deep.
I'll tell Arcadia is like all I found was this rock, and I'll show her my rock.
When Arcadia says the word Kraken, can I do a history check on that?
Sure. Ooh, whatever there is to know about the Kraken, you would know about it.
I mean, would Arcadia know that, having recognized the Kraken and being part of the tribe of the Kraken, having
Yeah.
it tattooed on her arm?
Absolutely.
I will say I once met a warlock in the arenas, and they worshipped the Kraken, said it was a being of godlike power and proportion. I wonder what it has to do with this island.
Where the
I still
fuck
think
is
it's a
that?
seagull.
Maybe it's causing all those earthquakes.
If it is, we should get out of here. Good thing you're starting the rowers.
Well, I'm not sure if there's anything we could do against a Kraken.
Maybe the mighty seagull could help.
He just won't drop that bit. Well, yeah, I guess we're leaving. Despite this, yeah.
Nico, make sure that his wife and 2 kids get on board.
They do.
Okay, good.
Good thing you said that. What's up, Caesar?
we come back and the island's gone. What happened? What? The damn Kraken.
The Kraken got pissed and just ate the island.
Well, maybe it was the dragon that was keeping the Kraken put in its place.
Maybe Kraken is the island.
Who knows?
You never know.
Golden axe.
Damn, where the hell?
Anyway, Corbin got a piece of it, just for safekeeping. You can scry on the island later with my piece of rock.
Yes, I can.
I'm not sure if you can scry on objects.
Yo, Caesar!
Huh?
I'm saying hi to Caesar. I don't know when he said, "What's up, bitches?"
Oh, like within the last 5 minutes. Talk talk amongst yourselves for a second? Because I gotta find something. I can't find it, and I had to hide the screen so I can just so you guys can see it farther ahead. So just talk amongst yourselves for a few. Because I really gotta find this thing. It's really annoying me because I've been trying to find it for like the last hour and I can't. And I know it's here, but I've been trying to like hide things, and I just can't keep doing it. So. But yeah, we set sail. So like the next day, if you want to, like, how that goes.
Demetrius will be taking care of Aziz, because I assumed Aziz didn't go with Gravik.
I shall
Because
enjoy
he
my
made,
long rest.
He made a promise to Estrella to take care of Aziz, so whilst Gravik is gone, he will spend some time trying to train and like play games with him, like hide and seek and like hiding objects, or trying to get him to catch fish that jump by the boat, stuff like that. Just entertain him a little, maybe give him a little.
Yeah, Aziz didn't go with Gravik because Gravik grabbed those women and disappeared, and then Aziz went and was playing in the gold.
Yeah. And what he will also do, he will call Verena to his captain's quarters. And he will give her 10,000 silver coins in a bag. And he will say, this is your reward for all of the efforts you've put in so far with the Minotaurs and my order. And I hope this will secure your future loyalties as well. And he will give her the 10,000 silver coins.
And her eyes will lighten up like, holy shit. Let me push her long rest really quick. Do that, and then like that. No, you go like that. Okay. And Arcadia, you wake up, and you are very. Let's say you're very agitated still.
When is Arcadia not agitated?
Like more agitated than normal.
Within 100 feet, there she is.
Like more agitated than normal.
She just talks it up to being mad at Demetrius.
Fair.
Agitated. How would you say? Irritable, agitated, nervous, just like fidgety, agitated, restless, agitated.
Like irritable, like anything and everything would just pisses you off.
Oh, so
she's gonna
Amazon
hear
Nature's coming out.
She's gonna hear a knock to her cabin door.
She says, "What do you want?"
Arcadia, it's Nico. I've come in to look at you to check on your wound.
And then she opens the door and she looks. She doesn't look good. She looks angry.
Nico just looks and he's like, "Ah!" Don't bite me head off. Just here to check on your wound. He's gonna say, I'm gonna take the bandage off it, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's gonna look at the wound and hopefully it got better, but maybe her attitude says that it got worse.
It does.
Does he say that aloud?
It
No.
doesn't. It does not look
Does she
better.
look like she's hairier?
Okay.
It does not
So-
look better. Am I going back to the game stream?
Now
I will once I
I'm
figure
gonna
out, like once I
grab,
get what I need to.
some diamond dust and say some arcane words and rub the dust into the wound and cast greater restoration.
Can you link that for me, please?
Sorry?
Can you link Greater Restoration for me, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you do that, you see that the blackness from her that was around her bite mark goes away. And Arcadia, you immediately feel a little bit better.
Oh, thanks, Nico.
You're welcome. I could not do this last night. It's the way spells work.
Yeah, I know.
But hopefully this will help with getting that wound all cured up. Go get yourself some breakfast, and we'll be seeing you upside on the deck later on.
Okay, thanks.
And he'll go back to his cabin.
Okay.
Whoa,
How
that was
does-
lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
You hear a wolf howl and the songs of "Hey There, Little Red Riding Hood" playing on the deck.
How does Aziz react to hanging out with Demetrius? Like, is he starting trouble, or how's the?
He's behaving actually.
And then Demetrius, he will take him apart for a moment. And he says, "Hey Aziz, you got a minute to talk?"
Well, my dad says, "Well, fuck it. Yeah, I got time to talk."
And as Aziz comes over, he will feed him a piece of dragon meat. And he says, "Try this."
And he looks at it and
Like
says,
feeding a pig bacon.
"Yeah." He looks at it and says, "No, thank you."
And Demetrius didn't even consider it strange. Like he considered it like an evil shrug at the beginning. So, how are things going? You think, Aziz?
What do you mean?
You know, with Graphic. You know, I want to make sure that you're all right, that you're happy.
He's so mean.
Yeah, I mean, he's strange, but I don't think he has any bad intentions for you.
Well, it's like I can never do anything right. And you see how you and Estrella are, and Corbin and Vengeance, and then he's just mean. And he always tells me no. And
You want me to talk to him for you?
I mean, you could, but he's Kravik. He's what's that word? Pig-headed.
True, but at the same time, he is a powerful wizard, and he knows a lot of stuff. So he's not useless, at least. I mean, well, what do you want from him? Like, what can I tell him? Something that you want, something that you don't find acceptable.
Well, did you not see the whole? He was stealing my gold and dropping it off on the ground, and then trying to, punish me.
Yeah, so I'll tell him, like, how about a rule that he can't touch your stuff? What do you think about that?
That would be nice.
Would you find that acceptable?
That would be nice. But would he actually
But-
listen to you? Is he that kind of
return-
person?
In return, then you can't touch his stuff either. You understand that, right? If he can't touch your stuff, you can't touch his stuff.
And he just looks at you. But
Well, Aziz,
but
that's
But
how
his-
I do it with Estrella as well. Rules that count for us both.
but his stuff is my stuff.
But then your stuff is his stuff as
No,
well.
no. His stuff is my stuff, but my stuff is not his stuff. My stuff is my stuff.
Aziz, come on. You're smarter than this. You're older than Vengeance. You know that's not right. Now you're just saying what you want, but you don't really believe that.
Well, that's how it worked with my other dad.
True, but Graphic is stronger and greater than your other dad, and we are different than your other dad. With us,
Is he
with
though?
Graphic, you'll have to find a new way as well.
But is he though?
I'll have a talk to him. I'll tell him not to touch your stuff, but you also have to treat him with the same respect. If you can do that, I can make this happen for you. Is that what you want?
Okay.
All right. Now we're in agreement, and I'll have a chat with him, and Demetrius will give him a friendly pat.
But he has to agree to it first.
I'll see what I can do. Demetrius will laugh, and he will take a silver coin from his bag, and he will give it to Grevik, Aziz.
And Aziz, his eyes light up, and thank you, Uncle. And we'll fly up in there and go to his horde.
Demetrius will return to his captain duties.
As you look up, you kind of see that where his perch was, there's now like a big ass like tarpaulin like out, and it's kind of way down a little bit.
Nice.
But as we're sailing along, the winds here start to pick up and the waves grow very choppy. And on the horizon, you all can see dozens and dozens of white sails. It seems that a fleet of ships is passing by several miles to the east. But these are not normal ships. The oars are the size of tree trunks. They appear to be giant warships crewed by Gigants and Cyclops. And they seem to be headed directly for the city of Mirtros.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
Demetrius will suggest that they change course to Mitros as well.
Can we do that?
That's a good question. I will ask the DM. Can I just like pull the wheel? Like, can I divert course?
Typically, once the Antikythera is set, it goes. But if you're I would say if you're trying to like follow and like, as long as you're there to like, kind of steer it, we could let it happen.
Yeah, I will gather, of course, everyone of the crew, especially Arcadia, to make sure that she's on board with this, that she's informed that this is happening. I'll say, guys, are we going to Mitros or what? I mean, this looks big.
We should figure out what's going on.
Agreed. I think we should follow them, and maybe during the sailing there, we can have Nico do some reconnaissance missions as a bird or something. Maybe get some intel. And I will then, seeing as no one opposes, I will order the crew to adjust course, and I will begin.
Can they see us? I mean, they might come after us.
Well, the Ultras is faster anyway. We'll keep our distance, and if they turn around, we'll see how many ships. We can take one ship, but if it's multiple ships, we'll just avoid them.
Only we had.
I think he said there were a bunch of sails.
Yeah, a bunch of
sails.
Bunch of sails.
Yeah.
Yeah, dozens and dozens of white sails.
This is a war armada going there.
Exactly. So that seems like some business we need to get in.
Yeah,
Or are we just
absolutely.
gonna let Mitros fall?
If only we had a wizard, we could teleport back to Mitros.
So what I'm thinking is we follow them, but
fleet of ships.
If they like turn around on us, we like go the other way. But like we turn around as well. That they have to follow us, and that way they'll never get to Mitros. You know. So I think they just have to ignore us or send out one or two ships. But we can take one or two ships.
So we should
So, yeah,
summon the Kraken to sink that armada.
That would be an excellent idea if we could. That would be a great idea. But yeah, let's follow them. I'm commanding a crew.
Right. And as you turn the ship to follow them, everyone give me a perception. Alright, so everyone except for Corbin, you see something kind of standing in the water, and it's just standing there, but it's towering, if that makes sense.
Oh god, is that Sidon?
And well, it kind of looks like this.
Oh, that's
she drops to
Cantonese.
her knees.
Oh shit.
That's him. That's the OG himself.
And
Yeah.
you hear a loud roar of like a dragon, and you kind of look up and you see a big ass bronze dragon kind of flying towards the ship. And
Does it look
Draw
hostile?
his halberd.
it doesn't look hostile. It looks like it's just flying there, and it looks like it's flying there with haste.
Okay.
And it will go to kind of land on the edge of the ship, and it will transform into Kyra.
What?
It's
Is it our
back.
Kyra?
Which version of Kyra?
It is the Kyra that you have known and come to either love or distrust or sus.
I think
And-
we'll try to run up to her and hug her.
It's not ghetto, Kyra.
And she takes an apple and bites it and says, "Well, we're in a pickle, aren't we?" And,
What the hell?
and I think that'll be a good place to pick it up next week. For session 100.
Wow.
Nice. I mean, we're especially in a pickle if she's like flying around as a dragon.
Yeah.
They're about to
and
get
his
nasty.
That's the OG, the big boy.
I just hope that he's not on their side.
I don't know. But yeah, I think it'd be good. We'll be back next week. I'm kind of excited because that's 100 sessions. It's just
Yeah.
insane.
Well, that's well aimed as well because the 100 sessions that big to happen. It's
Yeah,
like fate.
100 sessions against the 100-handed.
Yeah.
Can you share that
That's awesome.
image again?
Yeah,
Sounds like a hand job.
it does.
God.
It's very handy.
My
Gotta
God.
hand it to you.
Can't wait for this. Can't wait for the title of the episode.
Oh,
I
it's
just
gonna
hope
be
we don't
something
have to
simple.
fight the 100-handed. I'm not sure we
Considering
can.
Arcadia spent most of her life trying to preserve his worship.
And she
Yeah,
and
he's
she
like
and
a
she's
greater god.
and she's
Yeah.
on her knees and she's fell to her knees as soon as she saw them.
Yep.
She could be betrayed.
Well, you know, I don't think we stand any chance against the greater god. Like, he's above the third pantheon, right?
If I remember my pantheon correctly, him and Thylia were together.
Yeah,
Corbin
they're
still thinks he has a chance.
like husband and wife.
Yeah, like
Kind of.
creator of the island, the world.
Yep.
And he has involved himself in our business twice before. So he at least knows who we are, and he has like somehow.
Oh, he knows.
like,
He knows.
steered
He knows
us.
who we are. Especially Nico, because he used the boon of Kentamine when he won it.
If he wanted us dead, yeah, I don't think he
Yeah.
would want us dead.
No, I don't think he would. Hope not.
Maybe he's here to enforce the oath of peace or something.
Corbin's not so sure about you guys, but
We'll
he can
certainly
feel
find out.
Yo, what did you say, Corman?
So Corbin's not sure about you guys, but he's pretty sure he's gonna live.
He's just gonna go up to him and try to grapple him and not work.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then somehow, through a billion feats, it will somehow work, and somehow Kentamine will be pinned for 10 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. One hit knocks him out. You know, it'd be funny.
And
You know, it'd be
He
funny.
only gets
though?
100 hits per turn.
I was say that's exactly what I was about ready to say. You know, he has 100 hands, so maybe 100 hits.
Yeah, we thought the Hydra was bad.
But cool. Yeah, that's it. Find out what happens next week.
Are you going to be on camera?
No, we'll just find out. I'm glad that it worked out that way. But yeah, so cool. We're done. We'll see you. We'll see you next Sunday.
Sunday.
All right, stream. Thanks for hanging out. Episode 100 is next week. I'm kind of excited because that's kind of cool shit. It's been it's actually never had a game go this long, so we got something for you. Got something planned, but we'll see you next time. Goodbye.